To a 73-win Warriors team. Shannon, is this crazy? Or actually, maybe is this correct?
Mike out his damn mind. Michael sounds ridiculous. And I love Michael Irvin, but he sounds utterly ridiculous. CeeDee Lamb was the 17th player in the draft. Now, so in other words, he was basically the third best receiver coming out. Kevin Durant was the league MVP. Kevin Durant was arguably the greatest. People were talking about we had never seen anything now like Kevin Durant. Now, if Michael Irvin, if that was Julio Jones, and Julio Jones was a free agent, he goes to the Cowboys. Okay, Skip, Julio Jones averages about 84 catches a season for about 1,300 yards in his 9 years. He's the fastest receiver to ever get to 12,000 yards. So if he wants to say that, okay, I give that. But CeeDee Lamb, now, mind you, when Kevin Durant joined Golden State, they were 73-9 and lost in the finals. CeeDee Lamb is joining a team that went 8-8 and missed the playoffs. So how is that the equivalent? And let me tell you what this great offense did down the stretch. When they absolutely needed it, all they had to do was win 2 games and then make the playoffs. In week 12 against the Patriots, they scored a grand total of 12 points. Has Golden State ever had a problem scoring? Even before Kevin Durant? No. Week 13 at home. They played the Bills on Thanksgiving, huh? Well, where the turkey? I thought it was Easter because y'all laid an egg. They lost by 15. And then week 16 against my homeboy, the one and only, walk into him. Went back.
Wait, I thought my homeboy was
I got 2. I got
coming on this show.
I got a couple homeboys, too. Dame, my new homeboy.
Oh, great. Okay.
Now against the Eagles, week 16. Oh, we gonna do it. Your guy is not any good. My guy, walking to him, outplayed your guy, dinking and dacking it.
Grand total of 17 he scored in that game.
And your guy
Way to go.
And what your guy scored a grand total of 9. Is 17 more or less than 9?
My guy had a busted shoulder. Go ahead.
He had a busted shoulder. Skip, this is ridiculous. Now, I understand that you like the Cowboys. You like CeeDee Lamb because you love Oklahoma, you love the Cowboys. But Skip, now you know you can't co-sign this. You can't give this an endorsement. This is ridiculous. Michael Irvin need his butt whipped.
I love Michael Irvin,
Okay.
and I loved what Michael Irvin said about this. I even loved the word that Michael used as he delivered this little speech on NFL Network. He said, I don't want to sound supercilious. Michael Irvin? He must have majored in British Lit at the U. I didn't know he knew that word, but he used it correctly. He doesn't want to come across as arrogant or with a superiority complex. He's just stating the fact.
What about ridiculousness?
Okay. That offense was #1 in the NFL last year. That is the analogy. At yards gained. How about that? No offense gained more yards last year than the Dallas Cowboy offense. You got me on 8-8. You got me on Dak didn't make the Pro Bowl. You got me on all of the rest. But in yards gained, nobody gained more yards. So the playmaker, it takes a playmaker to know a playmaker. I told you, to me, Michael Irvin was the greatest receiver ever. I give you all Jerry Rice's numbers, but when a play needed to be made, 3rd and 8 in Washington or New York or Philadelphia, I wanted 8 to throw it to 88. I'm talking about Aikman to Irvin because 88 is just going to figure out a way to catch it. He might have to push off. He might have to do a little shove. He might have to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Slap.
He might do a little of all of the above, but he is going to get his mitts on the football and he's going to catch it and he's going to run with it. That's CeeDee Lamb. When Michael Irvin, I don't even know how much he watched of CeeDee at OU last year at Oklahoma, but if you watched him, he led the nation in yards per catch. Why was that? Because he was a beast after the catch. What did I keep telling you even before the draft? CeeDee is no lamb after the catch. He is a lion. He roars after the catch. Go put in the Texas tape, the arch rival, and he's from Texas. He's just shrugging off Longhorns like they're just little calves. Little calves.
Didn't Texas make a bowl game? Why they look? Skip, don't do that. We've seen a lot of receivers, college receivers, come into the NFL But to compare CeeDee Lamb to Kevin Durant, you do realize Golden State had the #1 offense at 73-9 and an MVP, and Kevin Durant joined that.
Michael Irvin is seeing a potential Kevin Durant in CeeDee Lamb.
Man, stop
It's
playing,
hard to
Skip.
compare basketball to football because, as you know, what do we call wide receiver? A dependent position.
Okay.
And again, he's joining two really good wide receivers, although the best one, quote unquote, doesn't seem to show up on the road, hence your shots that you took at me.
I didn't take no shots at you.
Well,
You the one they call him. You talking about where he didn't show up. I love him at home, but I don't like him on the road.
Well, he
you
quit.
You see him at the Jets. He's standing on the sideline playing 2 plays.
Quit against the Jets, and then he quit against Stephon Gilmore. He just said, I can't get open. I want to go stand on the
What
sideline.
about the Eagles? Where Jason Garrett took him out.
He took him out because he was running half-hearted routes, and that was the one good thing Jason Garrett did the whole year. I can't watch it anymore. Come over here and stand by me. That's the guy they just gave $20 million a year to because the Redskins won.
Okay.
They're not the Redskins anymore. They're the Washington football team. Yes.
Which is ridiculous. But Skip, if he want to say, if they had got Julio, if they had got D. Hopkins, if they got Mike Thomas, okay, proven. How you going to compare a guy that's unproven, hasn't even caught an NFL football in an NFL game to a historically great player?
He looks good in that 88, doesn't he? Woo.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, I've seen enough. I told you back in September, I interrupted you on this show. We're going to break. And you said, well, obviously, Jerry Jeudy's the best receiver in college football. And I jumped right in and I said, wrong. CeeDee Lamb is. And you're like, huh?
JJ.
Huh?
And I ain't talking about Jimmy Walker. I'm talking about Jerry Jeudy. Dynamite.
The Dallas Cowboys had CeeDee Lamb ranked 6 on their board, and they stole him at 17 because he fell right into their laps. Thank you.
Nobody else, Skip. Okay, fine. They got him, and hopefully it works out for him. But he have yet to catch an NFL pass in that uniform in an NFL game. So before we start comparing him to Kevin Durant, who's a historically great player, can we see him do something?
Good point. I first guessed it. I'm on the record. I told you all of a sudden there's some weird reason that Dak Prescott has vaulted all the way up in some sports books to 3rd in the MVP odds. 3rd?
Hold on, Skip.
Dak Prescott?
Hold on.
They missed the playoffs and he didn't even make the Pro Bowl last year.
He did throw for almost 5,000. He did throw for 30 touchdowns. As you mentioned, he did. So just imagine if Amari had showed up on the road. He'd have got 5,000. So that's Amari's fault.
The reason Dak Prescott is 3rd in some sports books for MVP is the CD effect. That's what's happening. You know it, and I know it. Everybody's looking at this offense like, my God, they got CeeDee Lamb on top of Amari and Gallup and that offensive line and Zeke and Dak. Here we go.
But you don't like Zeke. Remember, Zeke's slowing down. He's not the same anymore.
Well, he wasn't last year.
Okay,
He's got something to prove.
What do you got to prove?
Maybe he'll run mad this year. I love people running mad or shooting mad, as we saw last night.
Hold up. Didn't Zeke was top 20? Wasn't he the top 20 in the football top 100? So out of his players, that's what you like because you criticize. Oh, your guy walking to him, he didn't even make the top 100.
He didn't.
Okay.
Good. So here we go. We got CD and you don't.
Your guy didn't make it last year.
This guy's something. We got a new beast of the NFC East. Beast of the East is 88 in metallic blue and white.
So he's gonna be by the year's end, he's gonna be your number 1 receiver. I already
told you. I told you that the day after the draft. I said, look out. He will soon be the number 1. He will replace Amari as the number 1. Okay. Gallup is a great number 2, but we're going to reverse the pecking order.
So in other words, Amari gonna go from 1 to 3.
Could be. Amari's comfortable being a 3.
Oh, so
he doesn't like that spotlight.
So in other words, you're gonna pay a guy $20 million to be your 3rd receiver.
You're paying him 20 to keep him away from Washington.
No, you ain't paying nobody that much to keep him away. Well, he's gonna be your number 1.
Okay. All right. Well, just wait and see, Shannon.
Still not gonna make the playoffs.
Last year when I said I wanted to root for the Cowboys, I know Skip wasn't a fan, but I am rooting for CeeDee Lamb. So let's just start there because it's going to be something special to see. And Shannon, when it happens, I am so excited to come to work.
You hear that, Bikes? She's rooting
so
for the
excited
Cowboys.
to come to work. Speaking of playing just a bit mad, how impressive was